They have all been born leaders, and this is what we need in these current times. We need leaders who have been exposed to holistic development. And this will just not happen at the graduation level. After passing the 12, the child just cannot randomly take a stream and we can expect him to excel in life, not just in his financial or career-wise situation, but a life overall. And it starts as early as early childhood care. And I feel the regulation of the preschool level, which has been prescribed in the NEP, is a very, very important move. And this will enable our kids, gradually to become decision makers. They will be able to manage tough situations, and music will always be there to help. But even to introduce music at such a level across the country will require a certain level of expertise, because the challenges are many. There is a dearth of experienced instructors, there is a dearth of proper infrastructure, there is a dearth of proper knowledge. But here is where a company like we would come in. I work for Torrens Music. This is where we would come in. We are not just providing music teachers. We just do not provide a curriculum, but we provide a 360-degree solution for music with teachers, curriculum, training, equipment. We provide like 20, 30 guitars, keyboards, drums, etc. in the class. Our aim is to give every kid an access to an instrument, unless and until the kids have a hands-on on the gadgets, on the equipment, on the music instruments. They would not know whether they want to become an educator, an engineer, a doctor, or a musician here. Okay. And overall, I think that the way music needs to be introduced to the country after this NEP, we need to have a theory and application based integrated program along with the technical know-how of how to do it from levels 1 to 10. Yes, over to you, Rajulji.
Thank you, Savio. This is in fact very important, exciting discussion. And as you said, Parush Arora ji, first of all, I also wanted to ask him, please share that link and invitation with us. We all would like to join your,
Please, please.
your
Sure,
live session.
sure. I will
Uh,
definitely do that.
and Anil sir has a very important point he want to share something. So Anil sir, over to you.
Yeah, I'll start from Mr. Arora's talk that, he is very right in saying that, lots of challenges are there. Then I'll connect with Dr. Sharma that, we both and we all agree that there are many gaps in the education in the three islands, as sir has explained. And then I'll connect with Mr. saying that, we जब सिर पे पड़ती है तो we people do it, so we can't depend on government to help us, to build up a training platform or something. We have to do it of our own. So what I feel from all of you and from Mr. Savio, that how music, because of his experience, how music is an integral part or can become an integral part, and we have a live example of Mr. Arora. So similarly, and then I again connect back to Mr. Singh that, or Mr. Savio, that, we have to divert the intellect. Like he's mentioned that, the cases of bullying has been reduced in the classes when the music has been introduced. Similarly, when you have the AI classes, when you have the robotics, when you have the environmental studies in the school, when you have the farming in the school, when you have all such practical examples, and as Dr. Sharma said, that if the student is exposed to the industry, if his student is exposed to the medical fraternity, with the medical fraternity in the hospitals or in the uh, industrial workshops, he would have a clear vision that, how I have to see myself, how I want to see myself in the future. And see what I believe, because the time is less and we can go on and on. What I personally feel that, we have to work on international patterns now, be it a public school or a private school. We have to include all these things in our education system if we have to change. And challenges, Indians are famous for accepting the challenges. Like Corona, when it had come, the pandemic started. There was a single word that, we have to teach online, and I think the whole country trained themselves to teach online in whatever may or whatever manner they could. but beautifully they implemented. So, and as Mr. Singh said that, the time is a very important factor here, that, we have to, some leading schools will start, then the others will follow, and the others will follow, and the others will follow. This is like we have to develop the clusters, we have to join hands together. अभी competition का time तो है, लेकिन within the competition we have to find the like-minded people, get together and implement. And as Mr. Sharma said, this is my favorite topic, that we are very much underutilized. Even if I talk about the university and if I talk about the colleges, schools हमारे 2-3 बजे के बाद सब खाली होते हैं, buildings are underutilized. As an entrepreneur, we can make more money into this also. So we can share our labs with the industry. Industry can come, do some practice over here. Robotic lab has become integral part of the school. So even many industries, they don't have these facilities. So they can come, counselors can come. So बहुत, it's like a mixie or a washing machine, I would say. I use this very bad example, that everything has to be washed together and in a synchronized manner. Then only some steps we can go on. And Mr. Arora, yes, challenges will be there, but again, private schools never depends on the government for any help. We have to, sharpen our own sword, and we have to, fight the battle, because the end of the tunnel is bright. So we have to pass through this, and we have to sail through this. This is what I had to say.
So
Very
right,
well
big,
said.
big thanks for yeah. Yes, Jaswinder sir.
No, I just said very well said, because he's actually captured everything that had to be that was discussed today in one strong statement.
Yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So अच्छे दिन आएंगे. Right. So with this, we come to the last part of this session. We have received few questions, so I would like to present these questions to you all, and let's see if we can find some kind of a solution. Right. So, but before I start presenting these questions, I'll take a minute in explaining what exactly we are doing at School Allergy Solutions. So I'll present my screen here, and after that we'll start the question part. So some of you are already aware, what exactly we are doing with the School Allergy Solutions. We are India's largest one-stop solution provider. We are present in 42 cities, working with somewhere around 4,500 institutions. So what we do, we help institutions in three ways. We help institutions in buying the right thing from the right people at right price. We also help institutions in selling their old items, like their old buses, their generators, their furniture, like that. We also help institutions in raising money, that maybe in terms of loan or maybe in terms of financing, or there are some other ways. So we help institutions in these three ways. Why we need a platform like School Allergy Solutions? So we all have been running institutions for decades. Anil sir is running his institution for last 50 years now. So why Anil sir would need a platform like School Allergy Solution, or any institution would need a platform like School Allergy Solution? Just one the big problem, the bandwidth problem. In last 10, 12 years, there are thousands of new companies have come up with a wonderful, unique products, amazing features. But one big problem persists. Uh, you know, all school leaders don't have time and bandwidth to explore. All the companies, all the product available. you know uh, and all the companies which are with those amazing product and services, they are not able to give a demonstration to all the all the schools or all the people who could possibly use those services. So there are many companies who come up with a wonderful product and services, but don't get the market, and they just go out of the market in just 2-3 years. Here we come in. We understand your school, we understand your taste, we understand your actual requirement, and accordingly we negotiate with companies, we take the demonstration, we understand their product and features in detail, and then we connect those companies with you. And we also negotiate on behalf of our partner institutions. These are the areas where we are working. We are helping institutions in smart classroom, uniform, insurance, diesel. Yes, we are also supplying diesel to the doorstep of schools at 75 paisa per liter, cheaper than the market price. We're also installing solar plant in institutions, language lab, security solutions, furniture, recruitment, music classroom, healthcare, robotics, STEM, STEAM labs, career counseling, stationery, digital marketing, IT solutions, educational tour, generators, learning tools, and finance. And we take the guarantee that will save at least your 5 to 7%. And so that's kind of an additional 5 to 7% additional revenue generation. One example, last year alone, we saved 2 crore 40 lakh rupees, for different schools in bus insurance in 2019. These are some major highlights: 8 megawatt plus solar installation, 3,000 bus insurance, 400 plus classrooms, smart classroom, 2,000 plus cameras, 350 plus training programs, 56 old buses, uniform in 42 schools. And one also very unique service we launched during this pandemic to support our school partners. We delivered books, for 92 schools, from the school to the students, doorstep. So we offered this service to 92 schools. Use this services of School Allergy Solutions. So we also home delivered books during the month of May, April, primarily May, June, and July. By the end of 2021, we aim to reach out to 10,000 institutions. We need your support, guidance, and blessings. Thank you. With this, we come to the end of it, and I'll start presenting questions. Anirudh sir, I would request if you can take on the first question.
Yeah, sure.
This has come from Mr. Balwinder. Balwinder Singh ji is principal with Sukhram Memorial Public School, Hisar. Balwinder ji has asked you what would be the difference in subjects for foundation classes, primary classes, and middle classes after the implementation of NEP.
See, the basic and the major difference would be, Mr. Singh, answering to your question, will be the practical aspects. Now, what we are doing in the classes is the teacher is teaching on the board or through smart classes or through whatever manner. But at least the only thing what we are doing is to copying the things, sourcing the things, and pasting into the brain of the kid, right? We are not allowing that kid to explore himself or herself. So the core essentials will be there in the books, which are required, and the extras will be deleted, what I personally feel, and more of a practical approach. And here I would say, Rajul, that your Lalaji school solutions will come in a bigger way, because the school leaders will be completely busy and occupied in implementing this NEP, and they won't have time to source anything. Because I have seen small kids overseas, they put up a little swimming pool in the classroom only, like a mini swimming pool, and they put all the animals in the sea animals in the water, so that a kid can feel how a tortoise is, how a fish is. And some schools who are better financially in terms of finance, they add some motorized uh, technology to the sea animals. And a kid, when they see that how a whale is eating or how a tortoise is swimming, he or she doesn't have to remember the name of the animal, or how many hands it has, or how many what it carries, the credentials. So similarly, if you put into the vegetable store, kind of mini store, vegetable store inside the classroom, then he or she is really feeling about the vegetables, that emotional intelligence will be on a higher side as compared to the um, forced education in the mind. So this is what I feel. The classroom will be changed, the experiential learning will be there. खत्म होगा ये सब कुछ, एक नॉर्मल स्कूल की घंटी बजना और बच्चों का आना और क्लास अटेंड करके चले जाना. थोड़ा टाइम
Absolutely,
लगेगा, but it will be a
absolutely.
fun teaching and learning. Yeah.
एब्सोल्युटली इनफैक्ट कुछ दिनों पहले एक और एजुकेटर सजेस्टेड कि आने वाले टाइम में स्कूल्स वुड बी मोर लाइक कॉलेजेस, जहाँ पे बच्चे अपने अपने सब्जेक्ट चूज करेंगे और एक घंटी के बाद दूसरी क्लास में जा रहे हैं सारे, फिर दूसरी क्लास में जा रहे हैं, और मोर फ्रीडम, मोर फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी टू मे बी नेक्स्ट 5-10 years or 15 years. So yeah,
NEP
इसमें
यही तो कह रहा है
सर, इसमें
सर.
एक जस्ट एड, आई वांट टू एड वन थिंग दैट अभी क्या हो रहा है कि लाइक इन द फाउंडेशन ईयर्स, एज मिस्टर अरोरा आल्सो पॉइंटेड आउट, the interest in learning is not there. And suddenly क्या होता है कि when the kid grows up to ninth class, suddenly parents भी serious हो जाते हैं, सब दुनिया serious हो जाती है, and they put lakhs of money in the coaching institutes. इधर उल्टा होगा, people will start, they'll get more conscious from the early ages because the early ages will be attractive enough, and then when the kid will be, you can say, good enough to see what is good for him and what is bad for him, then the decision making capability will be there, and the choices of subject when he goes up to ninth class or whatever senior class, it will be much more in a better way.
Absolutely, absolutely.
नीचे से
We
शुरू
hope for the
होगा,
same. We hope for the same. Thank you, sir. Parushji, I would request if you can take on this one. This has come from Mr. Satish Kumar Maurya. He's a social science teacher with the Aditya Birla Public School, Kosamba, Gujarat. Satish ji has asked, do you think NEP will be immediately implied by respective state governments in different states, or it should be universally applicable throughout India in one go?
Okay, so I really don't know how the government is planning. I've just heard um, that probably by 2023, 2024, the government will start implementing the NEP in a phased manner. Uh, that is one thing which I really feel that government is planning right now. And the implementation part, unfortunately, we're very bad in this, in the implementing stuff. So I'm still waiting for some positives to actually uh, get from the government side and how they're implementing it. So that's one thing. The second is, as of now, I feel challenge. You're talking about states. I'm talking about boards first. So I really don't know whether CBSE, ICSE, state boards will implement it uh, properly, or everybody will be in sync with the NEP. That is one thing which I really am worried about. And talking about implementation from the state part, um, I really don't think so. Keeping in mind the different agitations which we get to see on the TV channels, I'm really worried about from the because education being uh, the state and the central both they take care of education as a constitutional subject. So I really am worried about implementation part in the states also, because if the government is not there of the same government of the center and state will not be there, then that will be a big challenge in the implementation part. So that is what I feel.
Right, right. So thank you, Parushi. We'll come back to you. Now I would request Pankaj Sharma sir. Pankaj sir, this question has come from Mr. Rajesh Kumar. He's a principal with Montfort Academy, Dhanbad. Rajesh ji has asked, how will the lower earning classes of society deal with privatization of higher education, as it will surely increase the cost of education at higher education level?
First of all, very interesting.
I'll add another
Yeah,
part to this,
please,
sir. Will it really increase the cost? Let's say after so many foreign universities come to India, or will it? What will happen?
no, when this is, I just take one very simple example. Suppose we have to purchase a furniture. I'm just giving that example. We will go where we'll have a lot of shops because you have a lot of competition. You have best pricing, best product available. So first of all, if there are higher education system coming from abroad or international, you should not worry at all. This will give lot of opportunity. This will give lot of I will say international standard what we are talking about today. And if you just talk about private universities or private schools, I think if there is no privatization in schools and universities, then education is a problem. Just remove private partners, private in whether it is higher education or school system. It will be very difficult to, and then the cost, it is not a question of a cost, it's a question of the output, outcome. If you see the private schools, private higher education system, and believe me, all good institutions are giving lot of good scholarship to the deserving candidates. This year we have given more than 1 crore once a year of scholarship to all the students, those who have taken admission. So I don't think that privatization of this higher education system or school is a problem. This will give a lot of opportunity. But and then as in today, it is again, it's a buyer's market, I will say, because whenever student is looking for some option, you won't believe minimum 10 options are available. There's a lot of competition. It is not higher education even in school. There's a Delhi is a critical point, because in Delhi, getting into a school, admission in nursery is a nightmare. But if you go, it's because I have experienced that nightmare long years, almost I think 12, 13 years back, when my daughter, I remember I filled three forms, three or four application from schools, but luckily I got in all three. But I have also seen parents filled almost 10 forms and still struggling. So, but if you have lot of institution at higher education or at school level, privatization, that's not a problem at all. You have lot of choices, you have lot of international exposure. That will be a very win-win situation for all of us. Thank you.
Right, right. Or we can say that when we have quality education at one side, so cost would be manageable. There are banks who are offering loans. When you are coming out of that particular educational institution with a as a right product, so you have jobs there, you have different professions where you can go, so you can easily repay that loan.
Even if you see, government has lot of schemes to support higher education system in terms of for the students. So I don't think that will be a problem. That will be even and good for students. I just tell you my yesterday's experience. I went to Patiala yesterday. Our vice chancellor joined from National Law University Patiala, Dr. Paranjit Jaswal. So we went there as a we went, the entire leadership team went there yesterday, and we are amazed to see the campus. It was a government kind of government campus, but everything was there. Even better than private. I'm not saying, because it is not only private universities or schools. There are some government schools, they have really done good. So you have lot of option available as a student. So you should not worry at all. And as far as you said, there are a lot of financial institutions, they are supporting higher education or your school education. If there's a quality education, you should not worry that funding part. Suppose you are getting into IIT or a good institution or SRM VIT, then getting a loan is not a problem. If you're going to that institution where it is not approved by UGC, NAC, then getting a loan is a issue.
Right. Thank you, Sharma sir. I would request Jaswinder sir if you can answer this question belongs to you only. This is about the languages. How do you see the evolution of English language? The status of English language post NEP implementation.
Okay. See, you cannot do away with English, because at one point we are saying that we are going to become global. The other point we are saying is the world is going to become smaller. Then we are talking about we are local, but we have to work global. So global, there's one language that is going to work. Okay. It is not about English. English will stay. But the whole point is due respect to our own languages is coming in. That's one. Okay. The only thing is that the child, I mean, suppose now if you have a student who's going to English medium school, will know Hindi also pretty well and will know English also. Okay. अब मैं आपको बताऊं, pardon me if I'm wrong somewhere, दिल्ली की हिंदी, हरियाणा की या आपके गुड़गांव की हिंदी या रेवाड़ी की हिंदी, या आप बात कर लो किसी और जगह की, अलग अलग है. ठीक है, लैंग्वेज तो लैंग्वेज है. अगर मुझे मेरी मदर टंग में सिखा दिया जाए, मेरे फाउंडेशन क्लियर हो जाएंगे. ये एक नोन फैक्ट है. मैंने ये पहले भी एग्जांपल दिया है. सी लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, आई एम फ्रॉम गुजरात. Okay, if I look at my age level, I'm 52. Okay, all the doctors of this age group are majority from Gujarati medium schools. अंग्रेजी में पढ़ने वाले बच्चे स्मार्ट नहीं होते, ये नहीं होता. उनके फाउंडेशन इतने स्ट्रॉन्ग कर दिए गए थे कि आगे जाके उनको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आया, और उन्होंने मेडिसिन इंग्लिश में ही किया था. तो वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. लेकिन ये नहीं होगा कि सपोज नॉर्थ इंडिया में हिंदी आ जाएगा, इंग्लिश आउट हो जाएगा. नहीं, कोई पेरेंट नहीं चाहेगा कि उसका बच्चा इंग्लिश ना जाने. बट ड्यू इंपॉर्टेंस या जो देना था लैंग्वेज को, वो आएगा. इंग्लिश इज देयर टू स्टे, हिंदी इज देयर टू स्टे एज अ दिस थिंग, लोकल लैंग्वेज आएगा. और अगेन मैं फिर से कह रहा हूं, मैं जो संस्कृत का हाल देख रहा हूं, सी यू नो सर, जर्मनी में आज संस्कृत की 7 यूनिवर्सिटीज दे रही हैं और एक में भी एक भी सीट अवेलेबल नहीं है. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट, राइट? Okay, I recently saw on YouTube in UK parents अपने बच्चों को संस्कृत के श्लोक सुना रहे हैं, राइट? तो ये तुम्हारी लैंग्वेज, मेरी लैंग्वेज, इसकी लैंग्वेज से हमें बाहर आना है, आ रहे हैं, एंड दैट इज वन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। एक और चीज है, अभी सर जैसे आपने बात करी, यू गॉट अ स्टूडेंट, मिस्टर अरोरा हैज गॉट अ स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम तमिलनाडु, राइट? आई हैव सम पार्ट ऑफ माय फैमिली इन तमिलनाडु। वहां आप चले जाओ, हिंदी में बात सुनता नहीं है, ठीक है? वो यहाँ आते हैं, उनकी तमिल में कुछ नहीं, तो इंग्लिश एक लैंग्वेज जो सबको तो मिला के कर रही है। अगर आप ये भी कह दे, इंडिया के जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनता है ना, या जो लॉज बनते हैं ना, पहले इंग्लिश में बनते हैं, फिर सारी लैंग्वेजेस में वो ट्रांसलेट होते हैं। तो यू कैन नॉट डू अवे विद दिस लैंग्वेज। It is good with it, but we will have kids with three language advantage. And like I earlier told you, if a child knows three languages properly, he can think better. This is a research thing. So I don't think English को कुछ problem होगा. In fact, उसकी वैल्यू उतनी ही रहेगी, उससे ज्यादा आ जाएगी, बिकॉज अब हर बंदा दूसरी लैंग्वेज भी जानता होगा। बट द ओनली थिंग इज कि हमें इसको राइट फ्रॉम करना है। आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि जो पहले हिंदी मीडियम स्कूल में होता तो फिफ्थ में बच्चा इंग्लिश सीख रहा है, नहीं। आपको फर्स्ट से ही आपको सारी लैंग्वेजेस सीखनी होंगी, वेदर इट इज योर लोकल लैंग्वेज, इट इज हिंदी और इंग्लिश। सो देयर आई थिंक things will work. So I think that NEP is to the advantage of company like us also. We're
Right,
not worried about that.
right. The last question for the day, Savio, I would request if we can take on this. Anil sir also suggested that when he was, visited some of the, global institutions, so he found that the kind of labs, music labs, those institutions had. So, if we all in India would like to focus, let's say on any art education, let's say on music, in that way. So, do we really have that kind of capacity or capability as a country that we can facilitate that kind of arrangement and infrastructure? Savio.
Whenever, yes, surely. See, whenever we do things at a macro level, at a bigger level, I'm not talking about individual classes. Say, for example, if a person wants to take a music lesson, he takes a private music lesson in the evening at around 5 or 6 in the evening after the school. I'm promising you that person must be paying somewhere around 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, somewhere 5,000 rupees per month in the metro cities to learn one particular instrument, which is not more than 4 classes. But if you're doing it at a bigger level, say for example, you're introducing this to all the students in a particular school, then it can be done at a fraction of costs. There are companies like us, we have the technical know-how, we have the knowledge of how to implement this program at a very cost-effective rate. This program becomes attractive, and the parents also need to be sensitized about what is happening in the NEP so that they have open ideas, sending their children for this music program. Because without the support of the parents, I think it is going to be a very tough task in doing so. And at the end of the day, it is not just about purchasing equipments, which a school might want to do, purchasing instruments and just setting up a lab. There is, you need to have the technical know-how, you need to know the maintenance, you need to impart that proper music education. And it is very, very difficult, to find instructors who are multi-skilled, like one instructor teaching multiple instruments. That is probably uh, a very difficult task, for a country like us, unless we have a training program for to cross train our instructors. But again, involving companies who know how to go about implementing the music education program, I think that is going to be the cost effective way of going about doing it. And before I close, I would like to really appreciate Mr. Arora, one of my colleagues, Mr. Vinayak, who is presently he's a part of this conversation. Also took up music at a very later stage in life, and he wishes to connect to you at some point later after your New Year's gig, Mr. Arora, if that is fine. Just we could to discuss and share the experience, and we could share it with people who could be motivated in turn.
Right, right, right. So, thank you, Savio. And now, like we come to the end of the session. So I would request all our speakers if we can have your concluding remarks. Big thanks to all for joining and making this session a truly special session. So I would request if we can have your concluding remarks. Also, we have established one practice. If you get a chance to run the education of our country, you become the minister of education of our country. So what would be your priority? what would be one that idea which you would like to implement at any cost as a priority? So Anil sir, will begin with you. Your concluding remarks, and what would be your idea as Minister of Education?
See, I see everything as it comes. Like, I don't imagine myself as a prime minister or president and, make some ideal situational world. We believe, or I believe, or we all should believe that, for education, we all have to be passionate, and the passion brings everything, be it music, be it technology, be it training, be it upgradation of skills, be it mindset, everything. So if we are concerned about this generation who comes to our school, then we are concerned for the world, and we will definitely do better for the world. This is what my take is. So
Absolutely.
always the shoes and the socks should be on, and gone are the days when the directors and the principal used to sit in the office, come on the ground zero and feel it and do it.
राइट राइट एब्सोल्युटली एब्सोल्युटली। आपने जब कहा कि भाई आप जब कोई मौका आता है तब उसके हिसाब से आप सोचते, तो मुझे लगा ये आपने बिल्कुल मोदी जी के मंत्रालय वाली बात कही है। मोदी जी के कोई भी मंत्री ये नहीं कहते कि जब मिलेगा तब बताएंगे। राइट, सो नाउ आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट Parush ji, your concluding remark, and what would be your that one idea which you would like to implement as Minister of Education?
So, one idea which I really feel was missing and it should be infused is again the passion to amongst the teachers to teach in the best manner and to actually inculcate that passion of studying in the initial stages of their childhood, in the early ages of stages of their education. So that is what I feel. I know it's a very broad term. So passion is a very broad term, but I really feel that if we can really inculcate the passion of learning, studying, teaching in the early stages, so that actually can change around things.
Right, right, right. So before I come to Pankaj sir, I just would like to share one very striking fact I read yesterday only कि पहले जहाँ पे हमारा 55-57% बच्चा रीड करता था, today that number is just 23-24% in the time of technology. So that was very disturbing fact I read yesterday only. So I believe Pankaj sir, yeah, Jaswinder sir can add something to that. Pankaj sir, your concluding remark and your idea as Minister of Education.
I think that was a nice discussion we had today, and Rajul, it is also important we should continue these kind of discussion. Today we almost spent 1.5 hours. And how we are going to continue? Maybe you can create some WhatsApp group, some sort of discussions should continue. That is most important because it should not be one-time discussion. Second point is, if I have to implement something, I will take three stakeholders in my mind. One is the most important is the student, then the parent and the teacher. In our country, if you ask a student that what do you want to become, I do this exercise whenever I have a chance to interact with the student in the class. Believe me, nobody say that I want to be a teacher. I think we have to really recognize the efforts of a teacher, and we have to really uplift the grading of a teacher, and everybody would want to be a teacher because we all are teachers in life. Even in corporate, when I was working there for almost 10 years, I don't know how many, uh, I will not say students, but obviously employees, colleagues I have taught, or I also got my seniors where I got a lot of training. So that is something we have to really understand. The respect toward teacher is very important. I can give yesterday's example. It's a latest example. My visit to this place. I just forget the name.
Patiala.
Patiala. Yeah, thank you, Patiala. The kind of respect the V2 for the VC every staff has given. It was really amazing. I think I have never seen that kind of a respect, which is we should highlight the kind of. I also remember some of my teachers, the school teachers, when I was in primary or higher senior secondary school. In our country, that respect, that recognition is totally missing. So if I have to implement, I will definitely try to make sure that how we can recognize the efforts of a teacher. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I believe you have just said what Jaswinder sir was supposed to say, that because he
I
has
will
been
tell
very
that.
vocal. He has been very vocal about this, that we must try to regain the glory of what this profession used to have. Jaswinder sir, over to you.
So I'll continue with where Sharma ji left. You know what I always say is we should make teachers the first citizens of a country. You know, first lady hoti hai, you know, wife of the president. We should have all our teachers, you know, as the first citizens. We need to bring in that glory. We need to go back to our roots where, you know, that Gurukul system, जहाँ हमारे गुरु जो टीचर है वो गुरु होते थे, वो भगवान से भी ऊपर होते थे. We need to get onto that. That's one thing. And if I were to be you know, that position which you said is available, I would do this as the first. And the second thing is I will keep the government out of implementation. I will make them only policy makers. That's it. Let the educationists do their work. They know it better. I've always given this example. Sir, you will come, second me on that. How did IT or software development become so big in India? You know, when computers came to India, the government knew nothing about it. They did not do anything, no regulations, nothing, and that entire industry flourished. Am I right, yeah, Sachdeva? Right? You are from this industry. Because I worked with Microsoft. I was their official trainer, you know, outsourced trainer for all the Asian countries. So what happened at that time was we were free to think, we were free to design, we were free to do anything that we want. And that's how it came in. If that is brought into education, you know, Indians can do wonders. So that's what I would, you know, second and say that if I were to be the minister, I would definitely ask the government, my department, not to meddle into day-to-day affairs. Over to
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
I'll just add one line to Mr. Singh. You know, if we implement this NEP in a proper manner, then the generation who would become the ministers that time will
Will do this.
definitely take care of this. Yeah, will do that.
You're right. You're right. They will be free to think.
Thank
True,
you.
true,
Thank
true.
you. With this, I would request Savio.
Ji. I think, are you able to hear me, Rajul ji? I don't know.
Savio, we can hear you,
Yes,
but
yes,
we can't
please.
hear Rajul.
Yeah, Savio, your
Rajul ji.
concluding remark.
Yes, Rajul ji. If I would become the education minister for the country, I would make sure, you know, that most subjects become activity oriented, and there would be a compulsory introduction of music and dance right from the foundation level.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, I
Sorry,
again thank you.
Rajul, sorry, one question to Savio. You are in which city? Your fan is
Ji.
on.
I'm in Nagpur.
Oh, you're in Nagpur.
I'm in Nagpur.
वो जसविंदर सर का भी ऑन रहता है तो मैं
हाँ,
हैरान
हम
होता हूँ
गुजरात में है ना, हमारे यहाँ ठंडी, हम स्वेटर भी नहीं पहनते हैं.
Okay, ठीक है.
I was in Jaipur last night. I know how cold it is there. Here, so we don't know what sweaters are. I'm sometimes feel, you know, मुझे पहनना चाहिए just to show that we, you know, have these things, but we don't wear. So Gujarat is also as good as, same as Maharashtra. So we are two states.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we're blessed or not, but in summers we have a tough time.
Yeah,
54.
Oh,
I've been to Nagpur
absolutely.
a couple of times. Yes, you're right.
Okay. It's
Right, right. So
pretty warm.
with this, we come to the end of this wonderful and amazing interaction. I big
Thank you.
thanks to Anil sir, Parush Arora ji, Jaswinder sir, Pankaj Sharma sir, Savio. Big thanks for making this session truly special one.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is for the day. We end the
Thank you
session
so
here.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Thank you
wish
very
you
much.
all a happy New Year because just
Yeah,
2 days
same to you.
left. Happy
Happy New Year to
2020.
everybody.
Yeah, absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Happy
Happy New Year to all. Thank you, Anil sir, for reminding. Thank you.
Yeah,
Chalo.
thank you.
Right. Thank you.